This is asking us to tick the box to show which bar is grouped correctly together, and our time signature here is 6:16. So 6:16, if I just scoot over here and show you how that actually looks. So the number on top tells us how many beats in the bar, the number on the bottom tells us what kind of beats they are. So there is 6 somethings, and the 16 tells us that they are semiquavers. But it's the grouping of them that's really important. So we go 3 semiquavers in one group, and bigger picture zoning out what is the main beat for that, we make it a dotted quaver. So when our main beat is dotted, it's compound, and then we have another grouping here, and that's our second grouping. So we have 1, 2, 3. So instantly we can tell that when we go back to our 3 semiquavers here, we've got an extra note here in this grouping. So this one is definitely wrong. We can see here that because this is tied over, crossing over the middle of the bar, it's an incorrect one. So our last one has to be correct. And again, it shows us nice and clearly that we have 2 main beats. So there's our first main dotted quaver beat, and there's our second dotted quaver beat. The last one is the correct option. This is to tick or to X to show whether the rests in the bar are correct or incorrect. First thing to look at is our time signature, and C is the same as 4 crotchet beats. Okay, and our groupings will be important for that. I can instantly tell that this is incorrect just by looking at this, but just to explain why. So you have a quaver and a quaver here, so that adds up to 1 crotchet. So the dotted quaver is actually incorrect here because it's bringing a bit of the next beat into this here. So this forms 1 main beat, or it should do. This here is bringing us into the 3rd beat of the bar, which shouldn't be joined onto the 2nd. So that one is incorrect because of that. What you would do here instead of using the dotted quaver rest in simple time, is we would just, because this is 3 semiquavers and it should add up to a crotchet, we would just use a semiquaver rest there. That would be the correct grouping there for that. So let's group them in groups of 4 crotchets. So we have 1 crotchet there, we've got 2 crotchets here at the end, and then we have our triplet. So this is a quaver triplet. 1 crotchet beat, we have 2 crotchet beats, and we have 3 and 4 here. So this one is actually correct. We're given 2 crotchets, and then there's 2 missing. So even though this is a minimum and there's 2 beats missing, we shouldn't be tying the 2nd. So that's the 1st and the 4th beat of the bar, and we are missing the 2nd and the 3rd. When you're in 4 time, you should have a nice division between the middle of the bar. So imagine you've got an imaginary line running down through the middle of the bar, and we shouldn't have a joining between the 2nd and the 3rd beats. This is a strong beat of the bar. This is a slightly stronger beat as well, not as strong as the 1st. So we could put the 3rd and the 4th together, and we can put the 1st and the 2nd together. But the 2nd and the 3rd are weak to a slightly stronger beat of the bar, which we don't do as a rule. So you need to imagine there's an invisible line down through those. So instead what you would use there is you would use 2 crotchet rests. So that one is actually incorrect.